Every once in a while, someone comes into our lives that makes such an impact that we never forget them. Bruce Scheid was just such a man. He set a bar of professionalism that we here at KTIV still strive to meet every day. Today, Siouxland said goodbye to Bruce at a funeral in Sioux City. He died on Saturday after a courageous battle with pancreatic cancer. During the funeral today, his son Adam gave us a glimpse of the man we called colleague, but he had the honor to call Dad.
Some of my fondest memories are of him saying, "Hit 'em where they ain't." Even though I did not have an athletic bone in my body, was terrified of the ball, and struck out constantly. I can still hear that voice in my head.
Figures showed large supply.
When I think of him now, I think about spending time around the yard with him and Gabe. Dad either working, raking, mowing the lawn, or maybe playing catch with us. In the fall, he wore a scratchy, old plaid sweater. I'll always remember how it looked and how it felt, and it's still in the closet, so I actually get to wear it now. Dad never did explain to me why he thought he was lucky. He ended up showing me. He showed me by hugging me, asking how I was, and pointing me to the beer drawer in the fridge when I came back to Sioux City. I'll always remember him, because I'll spend the rest of my life trying to show my son how strong, humble, and empathetic he was.
Near Walls Hill, Nebraska, near Remsen, Iowa. Near Marcus, Iowa. Near Emerson, Nebraska. Near Hinton, Iowa. Near Sioux City. On the outskirts of Sioux City. Near Willis, Nebraska. West of New Orleans. Near Kingsley, Iowa. Near McCook Lake, South Dakota. Near Hinton, Iowa. Near Merrill, Iowa. In Akron, Iowa. Near Aurelia, Iowa. Near Sioux City, Bruce Scheid, New Center 4.
Proof positive that Bruce had Siouxland covered no matter where he was or where he was near. And after 37 years, thousands of memories, especially for two young kids like us. I had the chance to work with him for 11 years. You got to work with him a lot longer, Ron.
Well, in fact, it was my very first day as an intern here at KTIV, and they were sending me with Bruce Scheid on my first day. And remember, I had grown up watching this guy. He was a legend to me already. And so I timidly go back to the edit bay where he was, and he was kind of struggling with the equipment a little bit. And he says, "Ron, always remember, the reporter's worst enemy is the equipment." And I'm practically taking notes on everything he says, so I'm okay. Well, pretty soon the time is getting to be an issue. He said, "Ron, always remember, the reporter's worst enemy is time." Like, time, okay, time and equipment. Well, finally we go out and we finally get out on the roadway, and he gets behind a very slow-moving car, and he says, "Ron, always remember, the reporter's worst enemy is traffic." And it was kind of like that was the way the whole day went. He was constantly teaching me. At the end of the day, he said, "Ron, you done good." And I just felt amazing. He made me feel good about myself, and he was an incredible teacher, and that was one of the best days of my time here at KTIV.
You talk about teaching. Bruce was so fond of learning. He had the opportunity, he said the best part of this job was the opportunity to learn something new every day. And I want to share a story that our colleague Al Jones had shared during his eulogy today during Bruce's funeral service. He and Bruce were shooting different stories in different parts of Northwest Iowa. And they just finished up shooting a story. They were in Peterson, Iowa, pulled into the convenience store gas station in town. Al was the first one through the door, and you could see some level of recognition. Well, then as soon as Bruce made it through the door, everybody knew exactly who Bruce was, and they wanted to sit down and talk to him. And he took that kind of time. And what's interesting to me is Adam talked about how humble his father was. And in that moment, he was just another guy in town. Even though he was Bruce Scheid, he wanted to know who these guys were and what their life story was. And to know that he took that time where he got attention everywhere he went. It was accepted, but it was never expected. You know, and that made Bruce a great journalist. But we know he was far more than that. You know, with all the people that packed that church today, we know he was a great man, a great husband, and a great father. So to wife Linda, to sons Marty and Gabe and Adam, you were in our thoughts and our prayers, and we love you all so very much.
And for all of us who worked here with Bruce, the great thing is he made his impact on us. So all of his ideas and his teachings, they were just going to continue to live on here at KTIV, and Bruce Scheid will never be forgotten.